I'm sorry. But, I mean, I'm a big Red Sox dude, but it's between the Yankees and the Rays. And I think the Yankees will beat the Rays in a 5-game series every day of the week. Especially, now, the Red Sox would have a chance if they go out and sign some damn players for once.
We need some pitchers.
Yes, we need some depth in that lineup, or that pitching rotation for once.
If we got some pitchers, we'll be set. That's what I'm...
Yes, I agree with that. I completely agree with that. So, there we go. We got AL and NL champs. That's done. So, you had the Dodgers and the Red Sox. Who do you think is winning that matchup?
It'll be a close game series.
You really think so?
It could be close. Because
the Red Sox have missing pieces. They got to sign things.
I know. I say it'd be close, but the Dodgers will pull it off if they keep their...
I agree with that. Okay. So I had the Yankees and the Mets. That'd be great for baseball. A Yankees-Mets matchup in the World Series. Same town. I mean, that'd just be awesome. Yankees-Mets. Imagine how much social media coverage that will get. With Mets fans yelling at Yankees fans. All over Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. That would be awesome. Dude, TikTok debates get heated, I'm telling you. So, out of that series, I'm really high on the Mets this year. I'm going with the Mets. The Mets are going to win 4-3. They're going to go 7 games, but they're going to win 4-3. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. First game, they're going to roll DeGrom out. Second game, they're going to roll Scherzer out. That's 2 W's. All right? They got a 3-game rest now. So, and then after those 2 come back, they get the other 2 wins, and it's a 4-3. They come back for 2 more games, and boom. They win. So that's what I got for the World Series. I predict that the New York Mets are going to win the 2022 MLB World Series. And I'm going to put it on the record here too. Sean Lyons predicts that the Los Angeles Dodgers will win the World Series in 2022. If they get their stuff together. I will say, on the AL side of things, I think a slightly underrated team, if they get that Mike Trout has been back, a slightly underrated team is going to be the Angels.
I think so too.
They signed Noah Syndergaard. They've signed some pitching, and I think they'll end up doing better. And I think they could be a dark horse in the playoffs. Okay, so we got World Series champs, NL champs, and AL champs. We just went over that. So we got AL MVP for next year. Do you want me to read you off the teams in the AL?
I know them.
All right. Who do you got winning the AL MVP next year?
Harper's in the AL, right?
Harper's in the NL East.
NL. Okay. AL.
I'll list off some teams for you.
Alright. I'm not perfect in these people's names.
Okay. Pulling her up here. I don't think that's all the American League teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 16. All right. Nah, that can't be all the American League teams. I'm either going to sound really stupid or really smart here.
Okay.
Okay. You got the Yankees. You got the White Sox. You got the Red Sox. You got the Guardians. The Cleveland Guardians.
The Guardians.
Yes. The Houston Astros. The Minnesota Twins. Oakland Athletics. You got the Orioles. You got the Angels. You got the Rays. You got the Tigers. You got the Royals. You got the Blue Jays. You got the Mariners. You got the Rangers. You got the Cubs. You got the Braves. And that's it.
Ooh, that's a hard one.
I can go first if you want me to.
Sure.
Alrighty.
I got my 8.
I think at the beginning of the year, Shohei Ohtani is going to have a injury that ends his season. So boom, Ohtani out. Okay. So the only two people that come to mind for me when I hear American League is Mike Trout and Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah.
If Mike Trout
Completely.
becomes Mike Trout again, Mike Trout will win AL MVP.
I
But
completely forgot about Mike Trout, to be honest.
I do not think Mike Trout will be the Mike Trout we have seen in years. I got Vladdy Daddy winning the 2022 AL MVP. If he keeps on being as consistent as he was. My dark horse. Actually, I have two dark horses. My first dark horse is Matt Olson for the Oakland Athletics. I am really, really high on this kid. I mean, at the beginning of the season, he was for the first 3 months, he was just tearing up the league. And then my second dark horse is gonna have to be Aaron Judge. It's got to be Aaron Judge. If Aaron Judge stays healthy, he doesn't even have to stay healthy the whole year. If that man plays more than 100 games and hits 30 home runs and bats at least 250, he's gonna win AL MVP. Because if the Yankees have success, it's gonna be way better for his case. And A again. It's all I need. If the Yankees are successful and Aaron Judge stays healthy, he will win MVP as a dark horse. But, I mean, he's never been healthy, so. And then Matt Olson's just an all-around player. But as of right now, I have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. winning MVP.
I agree with Vlad.
You're going to have to go
I got
with...
Bryce Harper and the other one.
You got Bryce Harper in the NL?
Yep.
Okay.
After this year.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes back-to-back, that would be awesome. Because I'm a big Bryce Harper guy. Okay, so I'm looking at the teams here. I'm agree with that Bryce Harper statement. I think Bryce Harper goes back-to-back. I've seen his... Actually, nope. Run it back, baby. Run it back. Okay, I'm gonna list off 4 big names in this division that I think might win MVP. You got Acuna Jr., you got Harper, you got Soto, and you got Cody friggin' Bellinger. Sean, don't even laugh, bro. Cody Bellinger is having the biggest comeback season ever. He's going to come back to that 2019 form, I'm telling you. He has this streak. 2017, good year. 2018, awful year. 2019, MVP year. 2020, bad year. 2021, bad year. But the thing is, 2020 wasn't even a season. I don't even count that season. So, 2022, bounce back season for Cody Bellinger. So, he's my dark horse. Okay, so if Acuna, I'm a big Acuna guy, but I don't think he'll ever be as good as Juan Soto. If the Braves have success, then he'll win MVP over Soto. But if it's between him and Harper, Harper will come out over Soto. If they're like right back and back, like it was this year. So I'm gonna have to go with Harper. I made that a lot more complicated than it needed to be, but I'm gonna have to go with Harper.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we got AL Cy Young and NL Cy Young. These are easy ones for me.
AL, there you go. You go first.
All right. AL, Garrett Cole, no discussion. NL, Jacob deGrom, no discussion.
I completely agree.
He completely agrees, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how Major League Baseball should be talked about right there. Now, this is two men, two teenagers with very, very, very good common baseball knowledge. And we're just doing this for fun, I guess. And I guess it's for sport. I mean, right now we're talking more about sports. Because this is like a beginning. But eventually we'll get into the sports card aspect and who we think will go up. And I think if you're down for that right now, we'll start doing that. If not, we can do a little research and we can go on from there. What do you think? So in the second episode, we can do sports cards, undervalued people, overvalued people, and all that.
I agree.
Do you want to start it now?
Vanilla. I think we make vanilla.
I agree with that. So that's going to conclude our first prediction for the 2022 MLB season, and that's how we think awards are going to go. That's how we think the season's going to go, and that's who we think the players are going to come back and be great. So this, what are we, CTS?
I think so.
All right. CTS podcast. And we're going to keep on talking about sports cards, sports
in general,
and sports cards investments. And our personal opinion on things. So, CTS Sports Cards. This is our first episode, and that's a wrap. All right, disclaimer real quick. We are a CNS podcast. We're talking about sports cards investments. I think I said CTS, but that was a mistake. So I just wanted to note that at the end. So don't, roast me or anything.